Hello Virgo, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and today I'm going to be doing your February 2023 mid-monthly check-in reading for you. So if you're new to my channel, what I like to do is I like to pull one major arcana to see the energy and then clarify with a different deck. So what major arcana needs to come up for the sign of Virgo? What's going on for you? Oh, that one jumped. Okay. You have the Devil. Oh. So being chained to some sort of addiction right here, or contracts. Now, the Devil doesn't always have to be a terrible card. However, when I see this right here, it's something that's trying to pull you back in, an obsession or an addiction, okay? So that's something that you need to be aware of right here. This could be excessive drinking, excessive, doing drugs, whatever the situation is, something is wanting to draw you back in. Something has a chain around you and is trying to keep you stuck. Now, you sometimes have to have contracts in order to have a house, right? You have to have a contract in order to have a car. It does keep you chained there because you do have to pay it, but as long as you're paying it, it gives you what you want. And so that's something that I feel like is very important to understand, is that right here, Virgo, listen. If you have the opportunity for a contract, I would say don't sign anything right now, okay? A lot of phone companies will be like, sign up for a 2-year agreement, blah, blah, blah. I don't really feel like that's important right now. If you can just do, the $50 unlimited data thing, sure, it's not, whatever. It's not name brand, but at the same time, if you could do that, I feel like that's more important, okay? If you can just do a pay-as-you-go thing, maybe using a track phone, that could be more important. Don't just start signing things, signing the dotted lines, all right? You have the Four of Wands in reversed, you have the Moon card, and you have the Nine of Cups upright. On a more occult message, maybe you feel like the Devil could offer you everything that you want, but you feel stuck and you feel paranoid about that. Maybe a negative entity. The Four of Wands is you're not celebrating this, though. You're the Four of Wands in reverse. Because you didn't realize how much treachery came with the Nine of Cups. The Tower, yeah. With the Emperor. It's like you received some sort of knowledge right here. You received some sort of shocking revelation. And it's terrifying you. It's got you in this moonlight energy where you feel completely confused. You have the Ace of Swords with the Ace of Pentacles because you've received some sort of knowledge about a situation, something tangible. Here's the thing though, Virgo. Nine of Cups, Seven of Swords, and the Six of Swords. There is always a way to get out of something. You just have to be clever, okay? You just have to be clever. Because remember, nothing is perfect. Go back to your old readings and teachings. Why do you feel this way? You saw a new opportunity, something that you wanted with the Two of Cups. You were wanting to connect to it with the Five of Pentacles because you were in a bad situation. Okay. You saw this as something that you desired because you were going through a very rough time. Now remember, I'm not talking about it on just an occult level. You can, for the people who are very in tune to things, take it as that. For the people who are looking for a more mundane situation, take it as you got dragged into something you didn't want to be in and it kind of like, hurt you. But there is a clever way to move away from this situation. The Three of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and you were wanting something to ease your heartbreak. You wanted to drop the heartbreak. Okay. Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups. Hoping to spin yourself into a new happy emotional cycle, and maybe you realize that, and maybe that's what you got, but then all of a sudden you receive some sort of clarity about something that shakes your ground. Maybe you're realizing someone's cheating. Maybe you realize what actually happened, what's actually going on, what you're really feeling right here. All right. What can you do to get out of this? The Queen of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and the Sun. You're not seeing God. You're not seeing the truth about something. You are accepting something but not true. It's like making a pact with something and then realizing that there is something much greater that was out there, okay? You're not seeing the truth behind something. You accept one thing, but you wouldn't accept the other thing that was behind you because you couldn't see that at the time period. Five of Swords, the Moon, the King of Pentacles. You're scared by trying to release something right here, you'll receive retaliation. And I mean, that's how most things are. The Moon with the King of Pentacles, you're not seeing the King of Pentacles clearly though. You're very scared of retaliation. You're not seeing the King of Pentacles. Maybe it's because you receive what you want. It's kind of like receiving a really good gift and then realizing that this gift has a lot of really negative things behind it. It's kind of, in a way, receiving, you know, maybe you signed a contract for a house, and then all of a sudden realizing that how much dastardly wickedness is behind it. But there is a key piece of information that you are not seeing, and it does happen to be very cleverly in the document itself, and it is the sunlight energy. The Queen of Wands with the Temperance, there is an angel here. If you see it from a different perspective, it's an angel speaking to you. You're feeling regret and remorse because it's an angel speaking to you. That's why. Because when you don't feel this way, when you don't feel remorse about a situation, you've committed the unpardonable sin. So here's the thing. You're feeling regret on a spiritual level. I'm going to talk about it on a spiritual and a mundane level. You're feeling spiritual regret because an angel is speaking to you, wanting you to see the light. If you see the light, then there is some sort of redemption with the sun. All right? I do feel like the Five of Swords becomes a moon situation for you. It becomes just a fantasy and a fear. I don't feel like that actually exists with the Hierophant, and it doesn't actually exist. The angel is telling you these things. The angel is speaking to you because it's trying to get you to not be handed over to a reprobate mind. A reprobate mind is when you know the truth of something, you say, I don't care though. And you walk away and you continue to do evil. And the more evil you do, the more your heart closes up, right? The more evil you can commit in the world. It's kind of like, you know, billionaires being able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Being able to just commit atrocities and go to sleep at night because their hearts are so hardened to human suffering. When you receive anxiety on this level, it is because it is trying to tell you, the angels are trying to tell you, you need to really look at a different situation. We're trying to contact you to help you to let go of something so that way you do not receive the retaliation, because that's the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is that if you stay in the situation, that's how you receive the retaliation. If you leave the situation, there is the Hierophant coming out with the sunlight energy. That's the thing that you're not seeing, is that it needs to keep you stuck so that way you do face that Five of Swords. Okay? I feel like this is about trust right here. It's all about trusting the sunlight energy. Now, on a more mundane level, what I'm seeing for you is that an angel is going to reveal to you the truth about something, a secret message or a secret, you know, thing that maybe this contract right here doesn't have in it. It's kind of like, you know, if or when in a sentence. If something happens versus when something happens are two totally different things, okay? If and when change the meaning of something completely. Because if something happens, it's saying, like, if you go to the grocery store, I'm not expecting you to go, but if you go. Versus when you go, knowing that I know you're going to do this. Six of Pentacles coming out. The Ten of Pentacles. The Judgment Call. You're receiving this so that way you can receive the Judgment Call so you can be, you know, called up. You're receiving these anxieties. You're receiving this very mental destruction right here because this is the last final moment, okay? This is the last call. These last calls are always going to be the loudest ones. These are going to be the ones that are most shocking. These are the ones that are going to be the most critical for you. So that way you can see the light right here. So that way you can see the message behind something. It's supposed to shake you down to your core with that Tower moment. The angels are revealing a lot of, you know, messages to people right now because they're trying to get people to see something, to walk away from the Five of Swords, because the Five of Swords is if you stay in the situation and fight that person, they have the upper hand. But if you choose to walk away and you just allow them to laugh at you while you're walking away, that's a completely different situation. You've walked away from that entity, that situation, that thing. Okay? Page of Wands, Three of Wands, Knight of Wands. Because there is a better opportunity for you to become a knight somewhere else. There's a better situation. This is kind of like, you know, what's the word? The prodigal son story. The man said, I want all of my gifts right now. That's that situation right there. You saw something, you saw poverty, and you're like, I want all of my gifts. I want to go have fun. I want to see the world because, you know, I feel confined, sheltered. I want the powers. I want the knowledge. Here's the thing, the angels give the knowledge. The devils don't. So now you're kind of like at that point where you're sitting there eating the slop and you're like, should I go back? What if they mock me? What are people going to think about me? It doesn't matter. Going back and having the fatted calf killed is more important than eating the slop and then dying. Like, that's the whole point of, you know, seeing the light, being called to a higher purpose within your life, not staying stuck. And here's the thing, the angel is revealing that critical piece of information with the Seven of Swords to you, that is how you get away. That's how you sneak off. You simply just walk away. Because there's the cleverness about it. Is that if you sail off from this, if you just choose to drop your sword and say, I'm done here, that's the cleverness, because then there is this right here. There is the new situation that you can see. There is the Ten of Pentacles that is being offered to you. So I feel like an angel or someone of high knowledge is going to reveal a critical piece of information that allows you to get out of a contract or a toxic situation. Something that's just very good for you to see for yourself. I feel like it's a judgment call, maybe something that you've been waiting for, maybe something that you want on the mundane level. The angel's holding back the mouth of the lion for you, okay? Make your choice. And you're sitting in the lion's den, and the angels are holding back the mouth of the lion, right? And you're like, I know that if these angels let loose these lions, they're going to come and attack me. So when the tomb is opened up, what do? You walk out of that tomb, and then you let the tomb close so that way the angels can go away. But while you're in there, their goal is to protect you, let you see the dangers of the lions, let you look at their teeth, let you look at their claws, let you feel them, let you see how their bodies are, to let you see how terrifying and fearsome that these things are that you are playing with, okay? It's a, do you want to look at it? Do you really want to? Okay, here's an up-close look at this situation. Now, do you really want that? Do you really want it? No, most people don't. So there's that critical information, because I feel like you've wanting to do something right here, wanting to throw yourself into a contract, wanting to throw yourself into something. Someone is going to show you, like if you go to a store and you're wanting to sign up for a phone bill, someone's going to show you, hey, look at what this contract has in it. Yeah, don't let them get you the way they screwed me kind of situation, all right? And the anxiety will always be there, though. The anxiety of what could have been. And that's another thing. When you've dealt with situations from the past, you're always going to have that stress disorder. You're always going to have that feeling. But you have to have that peace and calm of that sunlight energy. It's like, okay, it's kind of facing the mental death of the Ten of Swords always. You're always looking at it. You're always saying that's what could have been. But also understanding that facing your own mortality is an issue as well. Okay? Deception with the spider, elf mischief, and rat adaptability. So when I see this deception with the elf right here, remember, demons were originally fairies. Before they were fairies, they were elves. What do? So it kind of goes like the followers of Artemis turned into the satyrs. No, it wasn't the followers of Artemis. It was like nymphs and satyrs, right? Nymph is where we get the words nymphomania. Satyr is where we get the word satyromania. Yes, satyromania applies to males. Nymphomania applies to females. They followed the god Pan, or started with the D, the god of drunkenness. Eventually, the Catholic Church turned them into demonic entities like incubi and succubi. But yeah, that's the whole point, is when you play with elves, when you play with, mischief, when you play with, these types of things, what's their goal? Like a satyr had a really big you-know-what, but its goal was to have sex with someone until they died. That wasn't worth it, right? They would lure people in, same with the nymphs, same with sirens, same with demons, same with any type of negative entity. It looks beautiful, it looks attractive, it's that. And you know what you can do? You can say no. And if you're looking at a contract right here, there's a clever way. If you're looking at a physical contract versus a spiritual one, there are always clever ways for things, okay? So let's look at your, what are these? And being adaptable is very important right here. Yeah, being adaptable from the goat potency, you can see it now. You can understand what's actually going on. The goat potency with the rat adaptability. One more card for that. Tenacity. You just have to move past it. You have to understand what it is. It's a potent feeling, but you have to be strong enough to push past it and see the sunlight. You have to see, God. You have to see the angels that are there. You have to see the truth behind a situation. So when we have the underworld where all things pause and begin again, lamp, remembrance, and zombie control. So where all things pause and begin again. I feel like that's very important for you, is that you're having some sort of pause situation. You're looking back on your life, and the zombie control is that you want to release that, and that's all you can do is release it. You have to. Walking away is, some people, they continue to make pacts and they continue to do things because they want more power, more power, more power. But it's like, once you see the truth behind a situation, that's your call to walk away. Once you know something, that is the act right there. That's you just moving from that. That's you walking past, or moving past that mental block. Because when we talk about, because tarot is very biblical, right? The unpardonable sin. You haven't committed that because you haven't hardened your heart. Other people will know the truth, but then they want more. It's like, well, that's the truth. No, I want more. Are you sure? You have answers, you're receiving answers, family and grieving. You're grieving the past right here. You're grieving possibly the reason you did it in the first place. You're grieving, you're receiving a lot of mental downloads, mental clarity right here, but I feel like it's just a way to move past that. It's just, you did what you did at a desperate time period. There's always a way to move past things within your life. Don't allow yourself to be caught back up into that. It's phases. It works with the moon right here. Phases of seasons. Take some vitamin D if you can take vitamin D. You know, this weather, it always gets really bad in February and March for people with seasonal affective disorder. I think I said that in Aries reading. Always, right? So you need some vitamin D3, some vitamin K, some C, you know. It's important. Getting a one of those lamps. I'm sorry if you can hear my stomach growling, but getting one of those lamps is really good as well. One of those sunlight lamps. You have light heart. I wouldn't take, it came out in reverse. I would not take things with a light heart right now. Maybe you did something because you thought it would be fun, because you thought it would be cute and whatever, but begin anew. Hey, that's the Phoenix. Begin anew. Walking away from the past, moving forward, not allowing things to, because you see through the deception, you see through, and that's what you wanted. That's what the angels revealed to you, is showing you the lion. It's not a cat, like a pretty kitty. It's not like something that sits in your house. This is a lion. And yeah, it's cute to look at the lion, you know, on the Discovery Channel or National Geographic and saying, oh, I'd like to pet that lion one day. And then actually, here's the lion in front of you. The angel's holding it back. Do you really want to pet it now? No? Okay. Isa, ice, obstacles, standstill, caution, and patience. Spiritual meaning is inner calm, surrender, introspection. Wonjo, joy and happiness, harmony and partnerships, positive family relations, and good teamwork. So I feel like, you know, Virgo, this is a very good situation. There were a lot of spiritual messages. There were a lot of physical messages. Don't allow yourself to get caught back up in the past, especially if you have the truth. I feel like someone is going to show you something. I don't feel like there's really getting hurt in this situation. They're just going to show you something. You'll have the truth behind it. They're going to show you the clarity behind it, allowing you to walk away saying, you know what, that's not for me. So anyway, Virgo, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you later.